Is Evra alright? In the story, I mean?
Why would I know that? It's not like the story provided that information to us. So why do you ask, young jackal?
Hmm. Sometimes when you research, you learn much more than is recorded about the story. Every now and again, a nugget of info breaks free from your protection, and I can gather it up. It's worth a shot whenever I can. Just ask you, and sometimes I get a good prize.
Do I leak knowledge so rarely that you've become overly thirsty for the contents of my mind? I hadn't guessed, little worm. So, did anything come out at you in this tale? Did anything perk your very curious little eyes open?
Oh, the colors. Why would the colors the man was wearing be so important to Evra's safety? That's very odd to me.
It's a faction thing, usually in earlier sorts of civilizations. It's you see somebody wearing certain colors, and you know who they side for most of the time. Not all jackals are united in unison, you see. They wear the colors and patterns on their clothes or armor to tell one another apart at a distance. It makes identification so much easier at a glance.
Oh, okay. So she could have been walking into an enemy's hands. That makes sense. But then, she didn't recognize him, so it could be somebody from far away or somebody new to the area. So that could be trouble right there. She doesn't know how they behave or has no representation to base her assumptions on. Oh, okay, yeah. That makes sense. So, Evra also seemed to think it was her fault that she was in this position. Is that true at all? I mean, from what we have, it probably is, because that's just the way the Jackal are. If they're in a situation, they think it's their fault, and they're the ones who are gonna get themselves out of it.
Hard to say whether it really was her fault. Volcanic areas like that litter the deep well, so without more information, it's tough to say how often storms would hit such an area and what their severity would be. It might have been her choice to take a path that led across such a space, but I don't have enough information to be sure one way or another whether it really was her fault. It is sort of a jackal trait where they blame themselves much more often than they need to, so it's just an up in the air sort of thing, little worm.
See? More info clattering right out of your beard. A Lothran is a very useful old mountain to sit beside.
An aged piece of scenery, am I? Well, I see how you feel about me.
Yes, just so. The land would be so much more boring without you to be there within it. And you're too old to be of any real use to anyone anyway. Oh wait, can I? I can. Okay, I can. Good. I'm better at it than you. Good night and good luck, everyone. Stay safe out there.